Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, the Australian dollar, having challenged the top side of the range around that 60-day moving average, found profit taking and took a sharp turn to the downside. Along with that, the dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, rebounded and changed hands from a range of 109.33 and finished in New York at 110.30. Uncertainty surrounding the US midterm election results weighed on the mood for the market, while investors also turned to this Thursday's US inflation data for clues on future interest rate hikes. While the forecast holds for a rise of 8%, lower than the two readings, that was at 8.2 in September and 8.3 in August, could actually see a slightly weaker number and therefore could trigger a slight sell-off in the US dollar. However, do keep an eye on the core CPI, which strips out the measures of volatile food and energy components, as is projected to rise to 0.6% in the monthly terms versus the 0.4%. Looking at the technicals, we have slightly buckled since the retreat from that 65-66 area and now looks towards the short-term base at 63.80-85. As long as that's intact, then I feel the market can actually stage a re-challenge to that top side and look around that 60-day moving average, which we can see here is around 65.60. But I view the resistance somewhere around 65.55.80. The euro also tumbled slightly from the highs of the close to 101, and from there the market's finding a bit of a footing now just around the support level of 99.75. If we do find that we do get a weaker CPI, then the market should continue on its trek, that is towards 101 to 103, as the dollar gives up the gains from 110.30 and maybe look back towards the 108 109 call that I stated at the beginning of the week. Technicals haven't broken down for the euro, so therefore should keep the sentiment somewhat firmer or bullish, and let's see if the market can continue its trek higher. After some short-term profit taking appears to be coming back in for dollar yen, I'm not taking my eye off the target of 143. Technically we're still weak and therefore should keep the bears in close proximity, and that is, and see a challenge further to the downside and take that challenge, as I mentioned, lower. Sterling was a little bit weaker overnight, also took out the level of 114.45 area. Now from that break, the market's still flirting from this level, around this level, and therefore the technicals have slightly picked up. So therefore let's see if we can see a break back above 114.15 and on towards 114.60. I haven't changed my view at the moment, that we're still looking towards 116, 118 in the broader sense, and seeing the support from 113.45. Gold is holding steady since it surged through 1,700 and still has the topside target in view at 1,729 to 33. I'm not abandoning this position as of yet, as we could see the market take a further challenge to this topside, and let's see if we can reach 1,729 to 33, but be careful there, because the last two attempts we can see back here in September and also in October started a bear trend, and this could come back for the third time, and if so, we'd see the market tumble all the way back down to the recent lows. Finishing up with oil, the market still somewhat appears negative after it crushes the support level and keeps towards 83.70.90 as a target, given the fact that 89.15 was breached. Looking towards that downside, do keep an eye around that level of, first of all, 83.70, and then let's see if we can head lower to 81 or maybe $78 a barrel. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the great start of the day.